I'm going to go ahead and review for homework here our solving inequalities homework. I'm going to do all the even ones by the looks of it. That'll leave you the odd ones. Let's begin. Write the inequality that each graph represents. All right, for number 12, which is mine, I have an open circle. When I have an open circle, I know that my four inequalities I can use are greater than or equal to, less than, or less than or equal to. Since all the numbers are pointed to the left, which are my negative numbers, that means these are my numbers less than 7. I know I'm going to use one of these symbols. The minute I see that it's a circle and not a dot, that means it doesn't include the equal sign, so it must be my less than. And since it's on 7, y is less than 7. Number 13 is yours to do. Number 14 I'll go over. We have an open circle again. So I know it's going to be either my greater than or less than. This time, all the numbers that are shaded to the right, where my positive numbers are, which means numbers that are bigger than 3. So I'm going to go with greater than. And since it's on 3, greater than 3. All right, number 15 is yours. Number 16 is mine. Graph each inequality on a number line. H is greater than or equal to 9. Well, I know I'm going to go to 9. It can be equal to it. So that means when I make my dot, I'm going to shade in my dot here. And since all these numbers can be bigger than 9, right? That means I would make my arrow going in this direction. I know that looks a little weird, so I think I'm going to use a different color. Let's try, let's go with yellow. I'd make my dot here. I would shade it in because it includes it. And then I would make my arrow point it in this direction. Let's go to number 17. P is less than 3. I would go to 3. Since it does not include 3, there's not a less than or equal to here. I would make a circle around 3. And then since it's all the numbers less than 3, I would make my arrow pointed in this direction. All right, number 20. Name 3 solutions of each inequality. Wow, okay, 3 of them. Well, they could be any numbers, but they have to be bigger or less than what we see. We see that x is greater than 10.5. I know 11 is bigger than 10.5. I know that 12 is bigger than 10.5. And I know that 13 is bigger than 10.5. Any number that you can list, right? Bigger than it. 22 is mine to do. Y is greater than or equal to 200. That means, well, 200 will work because 200 is equal to 200. Since it could be bigger than it, 201 would also work. And so would 202. On number 24, it says x is greater than or equal to 12. So I got to think of all the numbers that are equal to or bigger than 12. 12 would work, of course. I could even go with 12.1. And that means I could probably even get away with 12 and 1/2, right? These may be rational numbers, but they're all numbers that are bigger than 12. All right, and there's number 26. P is greater than 35. it does not include 35, so I would pick numbers like 36. Heck, I could even pick a number like 50 if I wanted to. Or go totally crazy and say 138. All these numbers are greater than 35. Next is number 28. Says the inequality W is less than or equal to 1,500. Describes the maximum weight in pounds, which is W, allowed by law in a freight elevator. Is a total weight of either 1,505 or 1,600 pounds allowed in the freight elevator? Well, it says the weight must be less than or equal to 1,500. So you tell me, if you were in an elevator and you knew the weight limit was 1,500 and it couldn't be over that, and you seen that you were about to exceed your weight, whether it be by 5 pounds or by 100 pounds, would you want to get in there? That tells me no. And then for the reason, I would put because 1,505 and 1,600 are more than 1,500. Okay. Number 30 is mine. Death Valley is the hottest place in the United States. The highest temperature ever recorded was 134 degrees Fahrenheit. The lowest temperature recorded there was 15 degrees Fahrenheit. Write two inequalities that would describe the temperature in degrees Fahrenheit in Death Valley at any time since temperatures have been recorded. All right, let's break this down. Death Valley, hot place, got that. Guess that's why they call it Death Valley. Highest temperature ever, 134. Lowest temperature recorded there, 15 degrees Fahrenheit. Write two inequalities that describe the temperature. Well, the first one's got to be, remember, it was the highest ever at 134. So that means 134. The temperature has to be equal to or less, right, than 134. Now, the other information we got is the coldest it ever got was 15 degrees. So I could also say that, let's see, I could say that, and this could be or, by the way, 134 is greater than or equal to T. All right. Either way. Now, as far as 15 degrees, I could say that the temperature has to be, see, the lowest it ever was there. So it'd have to be greater than 15 degrees, right? Or equal to it. Or you could put 15 degrees. I guess we want to put degree sign up here. Is less than, let's see, or equal to the temperature. Okay. So what two inequalities that would describe the temperature in degrees in Death Valley? So we know that it's no, it will be no greater than 134 and it will be no less than 15 degrees. All right. See, the temperature in a greenhouse should be 65 degrees or higher. So the temperature has to be, let's see, greater than or equal to 65. All right? This would be the inequality to describe the allowable temperature in a greenhouse. I would hope it wouldn't go super high. I would think there'd be a limit. Can you imagine if it was like 300 degrees in there? Everything would fry. Number 34. The maximum load of a small plane is 400. I'll let W represent the weight. Okay? So if I'm using W, then the weight can't be, so the max load, so the weight has to be less than or equal to 400. Someone could also write it as 400 is greater than or equal to W. This means the same thing. Okay? And I believe that's all of the ones I had to do, which leaves all the rest to you. Good luck, and I'll see you in class to grade them next week. Take care.